What we are doing here, this bhajans or kirtan, it's not just singing, it's not just few songs that we sing. No. There are three parts which are very important, three factors which are very important. And the first and foremost is the bhav. Bhav is the innermost feeling. It is to develop this bhav that we sing this kind of songs. So, just any song cannot be called bhajan, cannot be called kirtan. Kirtan is something where we all come together and we sing together. So, if you are just singing yourself, it is not kirtan. It's creating a circle of energy, creating a circle of conducive energy for our spiritual growth. That is kirtan. And kirtan cannot be sung to earn money, to make money. You cannot charge for kirtan. Once you start charging for kirtan, it is no longer kirtan. That is first thing, the bhav, the innermost feeling. And this is very important because without bhav, you cannot develop empathy. You cannot even know love. What we understand to be love right now is infatuation, attraction, attachment, but not yet love. What we define as love is you be good to me, I be good to you. That is not love. That is transactional. That is business. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. If you are good to me, I can be good to you. That is not love. And that's why we fail in our relationship, because our whole understanding of love depends upon that kind of transactional thing. And therefore, we cannot develop empathy. We can develop pity. You see, you look at someone who is suffering and you can have pity. But pity is not empathy. Pity is something else. You can be donating food, you can be donating money out of pity. But pity is not that innermost feeling. Pity is not empathy. So a lot of people, they do a lot of social work. So many NGOs, they are doing a lot of good work, very commendable, but it is not driven by empathy. It is driven by pity. If you have money, you have funding, then you go around distributing food and whatnot. But once you don't have money, you don't have enough funding, you stop. That is not what we are trying to develop here through this bhajan. So bhajan is not just once a week we come here and we sing together. No. To develop empathy, and the more I study, the more I realize that without this kind of sadhana, without this kind of spiritual practice, we cannot have empathy, we cannot have love. We can be hallucinating that we are very loving, but no, we are not loving. Second thing is rag, melody. We have to be singing in a right melody. And then tal, the rhythm, the beat, all these have to be together. But again, we are going to talk on the first important factor, and that is again bhav, innermost feeling. A lot of people, they are very religious, they pray so many times a day, so many times a week, so many times a month, whatever. But they lack empathy. I am reminded of a story that I was reading, small boy from a very poor family with tattered cloth. He didn't have a proper shirt to wear. You're all very lucky, this boy, very small boy, and he was from a very poor family. And he was sitting outside a temple. He was praying because he was not properly dressed, so he was feeling awkward to go even inside, to walk inside. So he was praying from outside, and one person who has perhaps developed some kind of empathy, he stops. He stops and he is asking this boy, "What are you praying for?" And the boy starts crying. He said, "I've been praying day after day, and nobody has asked me, nobody has even said hello to me. And you have stopped, sir, to talk to me. I'm grateful to you." The man, he says, "But yes, please let me know, tell me, what are you praying for?" He said, "First of all, I lost my father. My father died few months ago. And I'm praying for him that wherever he is, wherever his soul is, may he be at peace." And then he starts to cry some more. He says, what do you do? Your father is dead, and I can see. He didn't mention that you come from a poor family, but he is trying to be polite. He's asking the boy, "So with whom do you live?" He said, "I live with my mother, and I've been praying for my mother also, that she should be healthy, because she is keeping sick nowadays. And I am also praying to God that let me have enough food at home so that my mother doesn't have to lie to me." I said, "Why your mother is lying to you?" I said, "Well, I don't know exactly, but I can see that she keeps hungry. When I'm home, she gives me food, but I know that she is not eating proper food. She always telling me that I have already eaten." So the man is full of empathy. He says, "Little boy, take me to your home, and I would like you to send you to school. Would you like to go to school?" He says, "No, I don't want to go to school." I said, "Why don't you want to go to school?" He said, "Every morning my mother makes some cookies and I try to sell them outside the school. And because I don't have proper dress to wear, all the boys, girls from rich families, they come out of the car and they don't even look at me. And some of them, they even make jokes of me that I don't have a proper cloth to wear, proper shirt to wear. They are cutting jokes, and all these rich people, they are educated, they get education, but from that education, what happens? What is the result? I don't want to pursue such education that makes me so rich that I start laughing at the poor people." And the man, he is struck, he is in tears. Said, "Look, I don't know if this story is true or no, but it can be true, because this man is writing in some journal. And he says that I am now looking into our education system. What has our education given us? A bunch of egoistic children who are not even having empathy towards other children. Where is the problem? Where is the problem? There is no music in the life. Right now, it's becoming worse. In the olden days, children were taught music and so many other things. And now they are so busy with their gadgets. Music has become extracurricular activity. It is no more compulsory in many schools. I don't know in the West. But here in many schools, after a certain grade, music is no more compulsory. So people have become dry. And to make things worse, all these gadgets, they are hardening our nervous system. Our nervous system is no more elastic. It has got no empathy, nothing. I was reading somewhere that there are 3 or 4, I don't quite remember, there are 3 or 4 main circuits in our brain. Main circuits. One circuit is bright, one whole circuit, they are major circuits. One whole circuit is bright when we are thinking positive things. We are thinking good things. And the second one, it becomes bright when we are not, even though we look at something negative, we don't dwell on those negativities. So there are 4 circuits, if I remember it properly. And the 4th one, that is most important, related to what we are talking now, is when you are generous. When you are generous, when you are helping someone, and this is the brightest circuit. In many people, this circuit is not even a light anymore. In a lot of brains, in many of our brains, this 4th circuit, according to this report in a medical journal, it's no longer bright. Although we see people are doing things, people are helping, but this circuit, being generous, and this scientist, this group of scientists, even they are confused. These people seem to be good, they are helping others, but why this circuit is not bright? They are still trying to find out, but we know the answer because they are trying to connect empathy, real empathy, with emotion. Now, empathy, the true empathy, true love, what we call unconditional, infinite, that kind of love is not related with emotion. It is not an emotion. Thousands of years ago, the masters of yoga, they already told us that true love, true joy, true empathy is related not with man, not with manas, not with mind, that is the seat of your thoughts and emotions, but it is related to bhav, to the innermost feeling. And the seat of your innermost feeling is not in your brain. It is not the heart. It is your psychic heart that cannot be seen, but it is there at the center of your chest. That is where the innermost feeling is. Now, to develop that, there is no other way except to come together in this kind of setting. What happens? Why it is so important? Because one person, so many of us today, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, maybe more. One person out of this whole congregation, if he has developed this innermost feeling, all of us are infected. All of us get the benefit of one person developing this feeling. And this feeling does not develop, it does not happen when you are in a setting where someone is singing and you are paying money for that. Because the man who is singing, the lady who is singing, she is thinking about money, he is thinking about money. I am not against. If that is their profession, fine. But it will not help you to develop this innermost feeling. They are thinking about money, and the whole group is infected also by that kind of thinking. You will only get the benefit at that time. You'll enjoy the song, you'll go back, you'll talk about it, and after some time you'll forget it. It is only in a setting like this, I'm not saying only here in this place, no, but in a setting like this, where this bhav can develop, empathy can develop. There used to be a song I used to sing many years ago. Deen dukhiyon se prem karo. Love those who are broken. Love those who are downtrodden. Serve them, and the Lord will be pleased with you. Spirituality is not about separating yourself from society. A lot of people, they think, oh, I am a meditator, I am a yogi, I have got certification. And they separate themselves from the reality of the world. That is not the purpose, the aim, the goal of yoga, of spirituality, of meditation. The goal of meditation, spirituality, yoga, all kind of spiritual sadhana, spiritual practices, is to develop love, to go beyond attraction, infatuation, attachment, and to develop this love, to develop this true joy and true sense of empathy, where you reach out to people to help them. Some people in Jakarta, we are serving cancer patients. And some people who are serving these cancer patients, they got emotionally disturbed looking at them because they are going there week after week. And sometime they see this person still meditating for 2 weeks, and the third week they come there, they go there, and one person is missing. And they find out the person is dead. And this happens week after week. Somebody is dying. Somebody else is joining. This is a support group. There is a cancer foundation, and they have a special support group for people who are not very well to do materially. So we are serving them. And our facilitators are disturbed. They are almost giving up. We cannot stand this. This is too much for us. That we are talking, we are laughing with them, we are giving them meditation, we are facilitating, and next week someone is missing. Second week someone is missing. Why? Why we are so disturbed? Because if we are disturbed, we cannot serve. Why we are disturbed? Because we are at the realm of emotion. We have not yet developed love. We have not yet developed empathy. It just came to me, and we were not prepared for this kind of relay. Jakarta is listening now. It just came to me because somebody was discussing this matter yesterday from Jakarta. And I've been thinking what to do with these people, why they are so emotionally disturbed. And then I tried to find out. And the reason why they are emotionally disturbed, Jakarta is listening, is because your bhajans are not working. Your kirtan is not working. You have become dry. I am addressing our Jakarta friends. Because you feel that meditation is enough, yoga is enough, I am already spiritual. No, not enough. Those are basics. Those are foundation. The flowering of meditation, the flowering of yoga is bhakti, devotion. And devotion not to some kind of idol, not to some kind of murti, not to some kind of image. It is devotion of the Lord towards the Almighty who dwells in each and every being. Once you develop this love, once you develop this true empathy, you will not be disturbed emotionally. If you are disturbed emotionally, you cannot serve people. You are carried away by their emotion. You have to be stronger. We have to be stronger. It's only then that we can serve. So, I am addressing our Jakarta friends. Take care of your bhajans. Otherwise, stop your seva. Stop meditation. Stop yoga. I am not interested in collecting people. No. I am interested in people who are devoted to humankind, to all living beings. All living beings. Meditate, do yoga, but don't forget our motto. Serve the Almighty by serving humanity and society. That is the goal of meditation. That is the goal of yoga. It is not to develop our ego that I have done this, I have done that. Things are running okay. A lot of people, they don't realize what yoga, what meditation has done in their life. They think everything is going smooth and they develop ego, oh, this is because of me. No, it is not because of you. There is the grace factor. There is the grace from existence. You have invited that grace, but don't forget, this grace can stop anytime. Share. My master would always remind us, share your blessings. Even a little bit of wisdom you have, share it. Some money you have, share. A smile, if you don't have money, smile, share your smile. Make somebody smile, make somebody laugh. We go and serve the cancer patient or anybody. We have so many service activities all over Indonesia. Here too, we are serving the prison every week. We have school. Even though you don't have money, you can share with your smile. Serve the society, serve humanity. Once again, I am talking to Jakarta especially. Something is really, really, really wrong with you. That's why you are carried away with your emotions. You should be above the emotions to be able to serve. It's a golden chance, golden opportunity given you. Look at it from a different angle. These people are destined to die. They are all terminal cases. The doctors have given up on them. Some of them are still living. Look at those. They are all given up cases. Some of them, in fact, many of them are still living. And look at it from a different angle. All these people, most of them are women suffering from breast cancer. These women, before their death, 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, they are exposed to meditation, which they were never ever exposed to. And it would not have been possible at all if you guys in Jakarta had not reached out. So, what is there to complain? Why do you get emotionally carried? You should not even be shedding a single tear. You should invite them to laugh, to smile, to sing. Not, I used to get very wild when I was younger. We used to have catharsis. And some of our facilitators, they would start crying. Somebody is crying, they would start crying. I said, from tomorrow onwards, don't become a facilitator. You cannot become a facilitator. If somebody is crying, you have to stop them. Let them cry, but you don't start crying. Let them cry. Let them take out all the garbage that they have. Empathy means you're above emotions. You're not getting carried away, so that you can serve lovingly, truly, lovingly. And this is my message to Jakarta. I'm sorry you have to bear with me with this message, which may not be of your interest, but perhaps it will help you also to ponder on such things, to think about such things. Thank you.